You are listening to Under a Blood Red Moon, a Werewolf the Apocalypse actual play by Hollowed Haven Studios. Guy, I fucking hate it here. Leeches, politics, mystery ancestors, freaky nightmares. This place sucks. Anyway, I guess you probably want to know what's going on, huh? Okay, fine. So after my talk with Twice, I went for a run while the boys had some sort of conversation. I don't know what the whole thing was about, but by the time I got back, Charlie was all, let's have a big chat, like I need more talking. Anyway, once he got his feelings out, we had a late dinner and I got to have a seriously fucked up nightmare that started kind of cool and then got really uncool really fucking fast, and can I just say, really tired of this bullshit. When I woke up, my tattoos had spread, like the lightning was reaching for my heart or some shit. Charlie got all squirrely again, but I told him I'm fine, we've got shit to do and precisely no time to stress about it. We had some breakfast, then we headed to see the Valkyries again, and I have to say, some part of me wonders if I'm in the right tribe. They're kind of bitchy, but so is fucking everyone from what I've seen, and at least when I put in the special request that the men in my pack be made to do an interpretive dance to appease Gorgon, they actually made them fucking do it. Oh, and before that, they helped us perform a rite that let us summon Juno, and I got to talk to her. Turns out we've got a lot in common, and she gave up her connection to her line when she bound a big nasty a long time ago. Oh, and she was in love with another Garu. So right after the rite, Charlie convinced the elders of the Valkyries to join the cause and maybe reestablishing the deal with the other Cairns and the leeches. And it comes with the added bonus of they get to kill some leeches. We just have to convince the Ivory Tower fuckers to help them open a women's shelter in the city and keep it funded. I guess there are worse deals, even if it does mean playing nice with bloodsuckers. So now we're leaving Winnie with the Valkyries and we're going hiking to hunt for bears for Argra. Yay. I'm so excited.
Hi, I'm Aernoth, and I'm playing Twice Lived, the Hamid Get a Fenris Philodox.
Hello, I'm Bloodied Porcelain, and I'm playing Junkyard Bitch, the Hamid Bodnar Theurge.
Hello, I'm Bookkeeper, and I'm playing Charlie Fangbanger, the Hamid Glasswalker Galliard.
Hi, I'm Gavin Cash, and I'm playing Eyes in the Dark, a Metis Shadow Lord Arun.
And I am your storyteller, Virons. Welcome back, everybody. We last left off with the pack having gathered up their provisions and heading off into the mountains to go find some bears. It's a 3-day travel in total for you guys to as wolves to get to where the bears are, where the Valkyries said they would be. And I think it would occur to Charlie and JB first. How are you guys going to get the bear back to the city, or how are you going to get Agra to the bear?
Since Agra is the one that can be more easily reasoned with, we're going to go back and pick up Agra and bring her back here. But not until we have confirmed that we're taking her to a bear and not just an abandoned place where she thinks we're going to kill her.
All right.
Also, Charlie can talk to bears.
True.
Yeah. The first day of travel is relatively uneventful, as you guys are able to run and go through the woods quite easily. It feels natural, and it's only a slight bit weird for JB and Charlie because they're both a little bit more city wolves than anything else, but it feels good to return to the wild. On day 2, it's a little bit more frustrating. Your fur feels a little bit more like stuck and matted down as you're running through, and it's a little bit more humid in a sense as you're getting further north. The moisture retention around the mountains, it kind of sticks. You feel a bit sticky and gross. And on day 3, you come across a lake, and it seems to be kind of like what a prime spot would be for like where bears might be. This would be a good hunting ground. There's probably fish in the lake that they can eat. There are some caves around for hibernation for when the time comes.
If any place seems like the place, this is one of those places.
Here is the hard part. Can I have perception and primal urge for everybody who is staying and sniffing around in lupus form? Anyone who is in Hamid or Glabro, please roll it with survival. Roll it at standard difficulty.
And so -2 for the lupus for perception checks?
Correct. So it'd be difficulty 4.
Eyes got 0.
3.
Eyes, you are more than welcome to spend a willpower to fix that one.
I'm gonna hold off for now. I'll save my willpower for other things.
All right.
1 success.
It's the city wolves are figuring it out.
The City Wolves did the best. Charlie, for you first, it's you probably have a little bit more knowledge than JB on how to track a bear. Just given the fact that you did a little bit more schooling or proper schooling than JB. But JB also has the kind of more street smarts of it and learned stuff of like, this is kind of like what to spell for when you're looking for a bear and some things that you might need to do if you, like when encountering a certain bear. Like, I think it's this is my own actual real world knowledge failing me. I think it's black bears where you want to make yourself look bigger, and brown bears where you want to play dead. If I have that wrong, I'm sure people will let me know. However, you two find some tracks that lead off a little bit, kind of down this stream, and they tuck off a little bit further into the woods. It's a little bit more northeast from where you were coming from, where that lake is. It's a little bit more northeast, so you keep going. Is it just the two of you are going, and leaving the other two to kind of search and wait for the bears to kind of appear at the lake for food?
No. We will not split the party when looking for bears. That seems like a bad idea.
Yeah,
It wouldn't be the brightest of ideas. It's just a possibility. But yeah, as you guys are as the whole pack is going and following these tracks, you do come across a group of 3 bears.
3? Like adult, or are we talking like a mom with babies? Like what are we looking at?
They all look roughly the same size. There's one that seems a little bit older than the other 2, and a little bit more unkempt, but it's a little bit hard to tell all in all.
Over Face Bear, Charlie will say to the others, I'm only going off what I saw on National Geographic, but bears don't usually live in groups, do they?
Could I make some sort of a check? I'm very smart. I might know this.
Yeah, go ahead and roll intelligence animal, Ken.
Excellent.
I think that's the one that makes most sense.
Does creative logic apply?
No.
Okay. Standard
Good
diff?
try, though. Yes.
I mean, I have to ask. The worst you can tell me is no. 4
Correct.
successes.
With 4, some bears travel in groups. It's more common when you are, when mother is raising her young. But it's a little bit closer to winter, and they could be trying to, bond together and then maybe plan to hibernate when winter fully comes. That way they can stay warm.
Could I try a scent of the true form?
Do you spend anything for that?
Nope. I just I can tell when somebody's a werewolf. Everything else requires a roll, but there's no gnosis, rage, or willpower spent.
No, I'm just gonna say no. It's not exactly needed. It just smells like bears. Comparing it to like what you were smelling when you were tracking Agra the first time, it's slightly different, but they're normal.
JB will fill the pack in on what she knows about bears and prepping for hibernation and occasionally grouping up.
If we found bears, is that enough, or do we need to find one like Ogren?
I think we just need to find bears, but it would help if we know if they're going to be staying in the area, if they're just passing through. Give me just a minute.
Are you just going to track them?
Well, I'm going to ask them.
Okay.
Everybody stay back a little bit. And Charlie will pad a little closer. And we're going to use beast speech, which is going to just be the most surreal moment for these bears ever, as this wolf speaks bear. Hello?
Hello? And they look weirded the fuck out because it's a wolf talking to them in bear form. Yeah, it's a wolf talking to them, and it's weird.
Knew I shouldn't have eaten those berries.
What color were they?
Are you planning to sleep here, or are you still traveling?
We stay here. My mother was here, and her mother was here.
To not put too fine a point on it, Charlie is at a lower angle than the bears, and so we're gonna kind of take a look. Are we dealing with boy bears or girl bears here?
Oh, this is probably the best question and following role. Are you trying to? You're trying to sex the bear, correct?
Yes, I am attempting to identify the sex of the bear.
Yeah, go ahead and roll the perception animal Ken. The stomach does drag a little bit, but and it's gonna try to like constantly face you. Standard difficulty. It's gonna try to like stay facing you because they know wolves circle around their prey. Yep.
And I will add a +1 difficulty because Charlie doesn't have animal Ken. That's why he talks to them. But I get 1 success.
There is there is a visibility of an appendage between some of the legs.
Perfect. Thank you. We will leave you in peace now.
I doubt that.
I understand. But we will.
Can the rest of the pack roll perception alertness for me? This is auditory based for anybody who deals with things like that.
Does Lupus still get the -2 difficulty?
Correct.
3 successes.
4 successes.
Aeronaut, are you not in lupus form?
I am not. No.
Okay.
Oh, okay. You shifted out.
2 successes for JB.
4, 3, 2. Gavin's gonna notice it first, and then god damn it. Ice is gonna notice it first, then twice, and then JB. There is a crow that is like kind of cawing and circling around you guys. Some of the beast speech will kind of like pick up like a heh kind of sound, almost like it's trying to say hey, but it's a little bit harder to tell.
Is it white?
It's a crow.
Didn't we see a white crow before when we went and saw the bitch who kept getting in our heads?
No. For you, you kind of saw this like golden tinge to it with a golden thread.
Okay, that's why I thought it was weird. All right, cool.
Up above, what is it?
Sorry, I didn't mean to be rude.
JB will kind of sniff the air and Charlie.
Yeah.
There's a bird. I think it's trying to talk to us.
Ask it if its name is Louis.
We'll look up at the crow. Did you want something?
Generally, everyone just hears cawing at this point as it kind of swoops down right towards Charlie. Kind of in that fashion of what like a hawk might do when it's going to attack prey.
Eyes is ready to pounce on it.
Go ahead and roll your dexterity athletics.
Ooh, excellent. Is this standard difficulty?
Yes.
And do either of my specialties apply?
Use your dexterity one.
You got it. That is
Jesus.
6 successes.
Sorry, I gotta make sure I roll this correctly.
Eyes accidentally kills the quest giver.
No, I just want to put it on the ground so it doesn't attack my friend.
It's a bird. You're a wolf. You're really heavy.
How many successes did you get? You got 6?
6, yes.
As you run and pounce on it, you do land on it, but its size begins to shift and grow, and it goes in from like this bird form into like a giant, well, not giant, but like kind of like a dire raven, and then this bipedal. This is all very quick, but this into like a bipedal bird that seems like as tall as like what a Krynos werewolf would, like a short Krynos werewolf would be. So kind of around this like 6 foot range.
Big bird.
So,
big
like-
bird.
So like JB form or JB and Krynos form.
Yeah. And it pushes against you, and it feels weird because it sees feathers that are kind of like tickling you a little bit as it's trying to push you away.
Yeah, the entire shift, eyes will not back away. That seems like a bigger threat now.
It
Eyes
then shifts back into this human form and rolls out from underneath you.
Okay. Eyes won't pursue at that point. He'll back off a little bit and kind of look upwards at the human and give a low, threatening growl.
Yeah.
JB is doing the same thing.
Can you get your friend to stop growling at me, please? I'm here to... I was trying to observe, but then you saw me and tried to talk to me.
Yeah, Eyes, I think this is the bear's friend. Is your name Louis?
Yeah. It's Bear's friend. You talking about Agra?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was mentioning that she met some very kind werewolves, which is very bizarre. All the ones that I know are just so mean and, well, a little bit vile, but they do some very good things for the rest of the nation and the humans at large, and and United States and sometimes Canada when they cross over. Now, where are you guys from? You don't really look the standard Canadian wolf type. It'd also be nice if one of you were to shift into Hamid form for me as well, so I could actually talk to you.
Eyes isn't, or not Eyes, Twice is in Hamid form.
Yeah.
Well, he's like looking at the like wolves as well, and he'll kind of like look up and see Twice, and you're like, "Oh, you're in. Are you their leader?"
No, that'll be Charlie. And he'll indicate Charlie's wolf.
Oh, this one. Okay, yeah. Can you just match my size, my face?
Charlie's size. And we'll shift into Hamid.
Oh, don't worry. It's not gonna freak out the bears.
Actually, it's my breed form. I don't have to roll.
Nope. You don't need to roll.
You would just stayed in crow form. We could have talked.
No, because I don't. I mean, I speak crow, but I
speak crow. I speak crow.
Know. Well, I got that you spoke bear. But
Anyway, what
I
can we
mean,
do
my
for
version
you,
of the
Louis?
Yes. Okay, so these bears, and he's gonna kind of like look at them, and he's gonna like pat one on the head and like kind of like scratch its like the place in between its eyes and nose on its snout. These, you choose one of these to bring back to Agra?
We were actually going to bring Agra here rather than try and coax a bear. We're not coaxing a bear 3 days travel just to get back to the Valkyries and then across the pond. I don't think they're going to let it on the ferry.
No, but there are other ways.
over face bear, everybody hears JB just deadpan. Is he suggesting that we open a fucking moon bridge to move a bear?
Sounds like it. I don't know how.
So,
Sure, we can't just. Never mind.
is there some reason Agra can't come here?
He from this kind of like very cheerful, talkative demeanor, he's going to go to more of a serious face very suddenly. You do understand what time she's from, right? You do understand the technological advancements that have happened within that time. You do understand the cultural differences that have happened in that time, and the fact that there are leeches in the city that she would have to travel through that will love to feast on her and learn her secrets.
We would
Kind of like what your people did in the past as well.
We would be happy to escort her to get her here. And once she is here, far away from leeches and the other Garuseps, and with plenty of fish and hibernation dens, because theoretically I presume she's going to be in the family way when this is over, because this wasn't awkward enough already, leaving her on Vancouver Island where anyone from the Great Sept could eventually run her down. Just doesn't seem like the best plan.
Well, there are flaws in both. Now, I'm more comfortable helping you all take one of these bears, bringing it back to the island through the Umbra. So I can do that. I can bring mundane beings into the Umbra. And I wouldn't mind traveling with y'all. I've been from the first place that I saw you, some of the stuff that I learned from Agra. You all seem like good folk. I mean, you're under the totem of one of the bears, one of the bear spirits. So clearly, you're good people. You're healers, obviously. Otherwise, bear wouldn't have picked you.
Does he not get that the Umbra is just as dangerous as the world? We still have to go through the fucking city.
We could fill volumes, I think, with the sort of stuff Louis doesn't get.
JB will drop back into Hamid form. Reach her hand into her Swag of the Magpie bag and pull out a lollipop and pop it into her mouth.
Oh, do you have extra? Do you have more? Are you willing to share?
Maybe if you stop talking to us like you think we're stupid, I'll consider it.
Oh, sorry. Oh, God, that wasn't my intent. I'm sorry. I'm around a lot of. Well, back home, I was raised around a lot of like the Wendigo and the Octena, and they don't treat outsiders all that kind, and then kind of condition me to do the same, even on my own travels, which admittedly does have its own downfalls. And other people do react the way that you do, but I haven't really had to fight any of the wolves yet, of the Garu. I've just had a little bit more of the trouble with the I don't suppose you've heard of the Anansi, have you? There are some scary motherfuckers.
Have I heard of the Anansi? Is this an occult roll that I can make? Or should we assume that with 4 dots at occult, I already know what the Anansi are?
I think with your occult rating, you vaguely know that they are. You know that there are were spiders. You know that the people that know of fully know of the Anansi get the heebie-jeebies around any group of spiders or any spiders at all, because it could turn into an Anansi who might fuck up your day because they were tasked to be with the worm, or they might be very bland, boring people because they're tasked to follow the Weaver, or they're wildly chaotic beings that create and just kind of leave a giant mess because they're tied to the wild.
JB will shove her hands into her pocket. I am aware what the Anansi are.
Well, I've had a couple bad run-ins with some of them. Usually sometimes they're fine. You know, I've heard that they like to some of the ones that are tied to the Weaver. They are very bland. They're very ordered, very calm. Well, not kind, because that would require emotion, but they're stable, but the ones in the tied to the worm. Oh dear. Oh lord. Oh no, it's very not good.
Over Face Bear, everybody hears, God, he talks even more than you do, Charlie.
Eyes will
Louis.
stop growling to laugh in his lupus form.
Why are you laughing?
Louis, focus up for a second.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, no. We could definitely take one of these bears back to the island through the Umbra. I can help you with that. I wouldn't mind traveling with you. I even have some supplies to do so.
Are you going to spend the next, I don't know, what's the bear gestation period? 9-10 months protecting a pregnant Garal, a lost bear, and then eventually a cub from a large group of elder werewolves who may not be as understanding as we are? Because if you're not, I need you to explain to me how taking a bear to the island is better than bringing Augra here.
It's kind of my job to go between the island, the Great Sept, and Alaska. It's a little bit of a job from the Octana there. They have a vested interest in her gaining strength and population numbers and being guarded and well cared for, which is why I am also teaching her, so that I can get her accustomed to modern day life and eventually, be integrated in the city and off the island. Because you are right, the Great Sept isn't the best, but right now we're kind of going off of some of my own charms and hers from the past to keep where she is exactly hidden from them.
Okay. And you're going to be able to do that with another bear hanging around?
And you having to travel back and forth as part of your job?
Because as I understand it, the way she described it, there's a ritual element to this. So this sort of baby making kind of has to happen, and it has to happen in this way, and it's going to happen in this time period.
Well, from what she told me about the ritual side of it, it's more to make sure that this is going to be a true mating, that would result in another one of her kind. And well, I already told her to get started. It takes about three-ish days, a little bit more, for it to be fully set up. And another few days that's directly around someone who could potentially be kinfolk. She's not exactly willing to share all the secrets, but there are these parts, and she started, and so I'm willing to bring the bear to her, and help you guys bring the bear to her. And care for the child.
So since she's already started the ritual, she can't move. Is that what you're saying?
It's better for her to stay in the same general area.
Louis, I want you to understand that in telling her it was okay to go ahead and start, you have made this harder, and you have put her and her child at risk. It would have been better for her to have a cub and raise it out here.
Especially
And then go back to the city.
Especially given that the closest cairn is a cairn full of women, Baru, who wouldn't dream of hurting another woman.
Certainly not a pregnant mother. But hey, here we are.
Everybody knows better than us.
I will say this was a bit of an accident then. I truly thought it was best if she stayed there. I'm not as experienced.
How long ago did you tell her to start her ritual?
Yesterday.
So she's lost a day and a half if we get her to stop.
Yeah, she'd have to start over and gather materials.
And by the time we get back, she's going to be finished with that ritual.
It'd be ready for the potential kinfolk to be around her.
Does she have to be where she is or where she did the ritual for it to apply, or could she do the ritual and then go find the kinfolk?
It's a little bit more effective for it to be where she is. It's not impossible for her to stop it, travel, and deal with it here. It would just be a little bit harder for her to conduct.
She will be finished with the ritual by the time we get to her, one way or the other. I'm just trying to find out if she needs to do the deed where she did the ritual, or if the effects of the ritual just stay with her.
She doesn't need to do the deed. It's where she did the ritual. The effects would stay. It's just it would kind of like point directly to the true mate, and it would then ensure that there is I don't know exactly what to call it, but like a pure girl in a way. You know, you guys have pure breed where you follow the bloodline, right? It'd kind of be like that.
I cannot believe that we are having this conversation.
Oh, I can. I can believe anything at this point. Louis, I need to make something clear to you. So we're going to do this. I'm going to go talk to one of the bears. We're going to see if we can get it to come with us. And then we're going to try and keep it from freaking out when we take it into the spirit world. And then we're going to walk it for 3 days back to the island. And then when this is done, sometime as winter gets here and that bear is looking for a place to sleep, it's going to run across some of our kin, and then it's probably going to die.
Agra and I will make sure that it won't. Especially me, because I like kids. I like to help them.
I'm not talking about the kid. I'm talking about whichever one of these bears I sucker into coming along for this.
I don't know how to feel.
It's gonna do bear things, Louis. It's going to look for fish. It's going to roam around. It's gonna check out the area. There are only so many throws of the dice you can make on that and not come up with the hard 8.
It wouldn't. I don't know how to feel, because that wouldn't be an entirely as a different or strange thing from where I am. But I understand how you might feel, if that helps some.
Over Face Bear, how likely do you think it is that the Valkyries have kept up their connection to maybe not the Great Cairn, but that smaller private cairn that we were at?
Given the owner of that smaller cairn's charm and personable nature?
I mean, the Valkyries are about the same amount of charm. They're just nicer to us because they like me.
Plus we danced.
I'm just trying to figure out, we could cut this trip in half. It would still be a 3-day walk back to where the Valkyries are, but you said 3 days. It's probably going to be closer to 5 or 6 if we're going to take the Umbra the whole fucking way to the island.
Yeah.
Because we can't stop and get Winnie. But if we can get back to the Valkyries' place and open a moon bridge from there, we could skip a good chunk of the way. I could open a moon bridge. I just need 2 cairns that are connected.
So now we're walking a bear. Charlie starts to say it in Face Bear and then starts to speak because we've just been standing there silently in front of Louis for like the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, he's kind of like, he's holding his art, like he's doing the self-hug thing because he's like now uncomfortable because like Charlie yelled at him earlier and he feels bad because he thought he was doing good.
So the idea is that we would take one of these bears who are going to walk away any second now, through the Umbra back to the Valkyries, and then convince it to walk a moon bridge.
It's easier than convincing it to go all the way to the island, including crossing the water in the Umbra. Out loud.
The moon bridge isn't a bad idea. I'm sure we could actually open one up from where Agra is to whatever place you're thinking of.
Does she have path stones?
I mean, there are ones near where I first saw you guys.
Okay, I have an idea. I don't know if it's going to save Bachelor number 2 over here, but at a minimum, it may help keep Agra and her would-be cub safe. I'm going to go try and talk a bear into coming with us and not mentioning that it's probably going to get him killed. You guys figure out how we're all getting into the Umbra.
All right, we'll go from where Charlie is then.
He will slowly approach the bears and stop the moment they turn to look at him.
Yeah, they were kind of like they're doing their own thing, but also like taking glances at you guys as you were talking.
Hello.
Now, hello, you're back again.
I am. There's no good way to say this. I have a nice lady who wants to meet you.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It's a bit of a walk, though. We'd need you to come with us. You would probably need to leave your friends behind here so that they could start to get ready to lay down for the winter. But yeah, if you come with us, who knows what could happen.
Pretty lady?
Pretty lady.
Pretty lady. And it'll just kind of take its steps closer to you.
Pretty ladies in your area looking to meet up. Come on, big guy.
Now, only if this were near Toronto, we can make the joke about that. That like affairs website that had its info leaked a while ago. Anyway,
Over Face Bear, Eyes will ask, Charlie, is that the right one?
I have no idea.
Is she going to be picky, you think, or?
I think if
it's been long enough.
if it has been organized for us to bring one back, picky is no longer an option she gets.
Understood.
As they're going back and forth, everybody will hear over Face Bear, "Hey Bear, is this the right one?"
I mean, you can't see Bear, but you get the feeling that if
Bear can talk to us, so
he can, but he won't. But you get the feeling that he's just giving the, I don't know.
Bear is ashamed of us. Look at you.
You just get the sense that it's the what someone does. They just shrug up their shoulders and go like, "Oh, this maybe we'll see."
You don't know if this one's kinfolk?
I haven't interacted with the physical world for a very long time. In fact, one of your pack is one of the first ones I interacted with. The bears did not start to awaken until quite recently.
Maybe just sort of pinches the bridge of her nose and has that thought in the not Face Bear part of her brain, like, what the fuck kind of totem doesn't know what its kinfolk are, even if the fucking Grawl don't know. Okay, fine. And I'm gonna spend a point of rage and drop back into Lupus because I can't even.
Okay. But you guys are talking about how to get the bear in the Umbra. Louis been like, "Oh yeah, I could bring the bear into the Umbra myself. It's quite easy. It's just gotta touch it, and usually other animals at least don't contest it, and they just come with me, and I just travel with them and kick them out whenever I feel like they're ready."
Probably tell him we need
ready.
some sort of water or other reflective surface before we go over to the Umbra. We can't follow him.
We have to go down to the lake. We need a mirror.
To the bear, to Louis, to
I say that
everybody.
Yeah, he's Charlie. Charlie just says that to Louis. He says it to Louis, and then he will look at the bear, and go, "Follow us. We're gonna get a drink first."
Okay. And presumably, unless some of the other members of the pack have other plans, you all go to the lake.
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm waiting for somebody to interject and go like, I have other things I want to do here. But yeah, you guys all go to the lake. It's a nice day out. You guys all see your reflections.
Gauntlet should be nice and low here, so I'm not gonna bother activating any of my stuff. I'm just gonna step across. and leave the others to do the same.
You don't want to drag your pack along with you because you can do that?
I mean, I guess I could. It just seems like if we're going to be in any place where they could just do it without my help, this is probably it. But sure, I'll take them with me.
I would like to point out I would like to point out the Gnosis rating of some of your other packmates isn't as high as yours or eyes.
Fair. Listen, I was just giving them the opportunity to prove that they're not scrubs, but it's okay. I'll take them with me.
I'm gonna give it a go. What's the difficulty?
What's the gauntlet rating?
Diff 4.
Ready?
I'll roll myself.
Same.
Hey, 3 successes.
Instant. 10 seconds. Instant.
See, they didn't need me.
Yeah, they didn't need you. You're not scrubs most of the time.
They're not scrubs right now because the gauntlet's really low.
Like I said, most of the time. I'm trying to give them some saving grace. Everybody crosses over the gauntlet, and for those of you that crossed instantly, it only takes a few seconds for Louis and the bear to travel over, and the bear looks slightly freaked out.
It's okay.
But Louis keeps touching and like petting his head, and it seems to be relaxing him.
I'm going to spend a point of Gnosis, since we're going to be here for a while, to form an umbral tether. Just in case.
Very smart. All right. And as Louis, he is kind of like focusing on like calming the bear down because he understands a wild bear that is freaked out is very dangerous for everybody involved. He then looks up at JB and goes like, "Oh shit."
Oh yeah, this is the first time everybody gets to see JB in her full glory. JB does not look like a vaguely fucked up version of herself. She looks like a full blown like thunderstorm cloud with lightning arcing out of it. She is whole again.
Has seen it before, recognizes it, and continues on.
Are you possessing a body?
What?
Do you guys travel with a spirit?
Close.
Kinda. Yeah.
JB just heavy sighs.
No, it's very cool. I was just curious.
She can be kind of stormy at times.
You're not answering my question though.
Got that, did you? Let's go.
Well, fine.
JB will lead the way. Being the person most familiar with this place and probably getting mobbed by spirits as she goes anyway.
Yeah, you're kind of being surrounded, at least in front, as it looks like you're just parting the sea of these like wild spirits of just mainly nature, earth, and trees and such. So you're just kind of like walking by as they're gawking and trying to talk to you, but it's like 1,000 voices at once, so you can't really pick out a single like question or thing to talk about with them.
Yeah, JB will acknowledge them and do her damnedest to block as much out as possible.
Yeah, if only. But
she is doing her best to be polite.
Yeah, as everybody else doesn't understand spirit speech, they're just kind of getting all these noises that are a little bit quieter for everybody else. As Louis then kind of like taps Charlie on the shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about what I did. It really wasn't my intention. Are you guys from around here? Or are you questing? Are you guys a questing pack? That'd be so cool if you were.
We are a questing pack.
Oh my god. Where are you guys from? What'd you guys just do? What did you guys just do? Why are you guys here?
Charlie will spend a point of rage to shift back into lupus. First he'll say. Well, actually, before he does, he says, "You're gonna want to turn back into a bird. This is a long walk, but I'll tell you on the way." and then he will shift into lupus.
Oh.
Yeah, he'll shift into his corvid form. And he'll kind of like you all hear cawing as for Charlie, kind of sounds like he's clearing his throat, and it's going to come out in somewhat garbled words. So where'd you guys come from?
And Charlie will tell him the saga of the Winnebago Warriors in like high epic style as they travel.
Oh my
Tell him
God,
about everything they did in Minnesota, about the war in Chicago, about what he's learned about Vancouver, the whole 9 yards.
And he'll you can see him kind of pause for a moment. And I'm still gliding and flying along with everybody, but he pauses in thought for a moment as you can kind of see a part of his form changes, and he'll kind of perch himself on JB's shoulder and like lightly kind of like nudge his head against her ear, and then hop off, trying to see if he got her attention.
I don't think JB has ears in this form, but yeah, she'll
Where her ear would be.
she will look up, kind of like lift her like arm, lightning bolt arm hand thing, to show that she's paying attention.
What was Jupiter like? What was the right like in Chicago?
Is he speaking Crow?
No, he's speaking in normal English voice. It's kind of weird and a little bit disturbing to hear come out of a crow, but it's happening.
Jupiter is a little bit like home.
Are you actually from? Is that where? And he kind of like flies all around you and goes like, "Is this where all of that's from?"
I don't know. Maybe. I've always been. And she'll kind of make a vague gesture at herself. The clouds are new, but I was always electricity when I was over here.
Wait, is that why Miss Ashworth has such an interest in you?
You know that bitch, huh?
Yeah, I don't really care for her. She makes me call her Miss Ashworth.
I don't care for her either. I call her bitch.
I should do that too. That'd be cool.
That would be a good way for you to get dead. But she wants something from us, so I can get away with it. Also, I don't really care if people like me.
She can't hit me. She's tried. It was funny.
Oh. Well,
she was freaked out for a little bit. She didn't expect. I mean, not every one of your kind always expect a crow to turn into a human and then back into a crow, especially when stuff is thrown at them. I mean, you guys don't really do well with others.
Yeah, they don't really do well with us either. So.
Well, I was foreseeing you guys, and not as your pack. I'm sure your pack is lovely, but
I meant other Garu don't do well with our pack.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I probably shouldn't have seen it, but I did see it. You guys seemed interesting, so I wanted to follow you around at least a little bit.
Well, here we are.
Oh yeah, you guys are so cool. I mean, you guys fought in the war of Chicago. You saved Jupiter. You saved a whole city. You saved a Celestine. I mean, isn't that so cool? Isn't that awesome?
JB's gonna look back over her shoulder at Charlie and go, "You told him everything, huh?" Over Face Bear.
Sure did.
Great. I have a fan. She sounds less than thrilled.
Not just the one.
If lightning could roll its eyes, she will look.
Rolling thunder sound.
Yeah. Extra crackly noises. She'll look back up at the crow. Yeah, we helped.
Well, you did more than help. You were pretty much like an instrumental tool in taking down the people corrupting Jupiter, taking down the Black Spiral Dancers. I mean, hell, the rest of your team fought and killed so many Fomori and Black Spiral Dancers while you saved and brought back and strengthened Jupiter for the Phantom. I mean, it was just so cool. That's so cool.
Oh, man, at the mention of killing so many Fomori, Isaac's going to have a little more prance in his puppy dog step.
His eyes are unsettling.
Oh, he's ours.
He looks really strong, but his eyes are really scary.
He is really strong.
Last time I saw fire, his eyes, the crow kind of is flying backwards, talking to JB, and kind of looks at eyes. Last time I saw fire like that was in a cave. It was kind of around the time where, the Wendigo and the Octana, they wanted me to spy and check out this pit where these a pack of black spiral dancers were rumored to be, and oh my god, they were, and they had this fire, and it was green and scary, and it gave me, it felt gross to be near them, but I gave the information to the people that needed, and they took it out, and it's gone now.
Good job. Sounds like you were pretty fucking important.
At being in the same sentence as black spiral dancers, or having his eyes compared to them, and if he's still being looked at over the shoulder of JB, eyes will lock eyes at the bird and just do a little, probably stop talking, a little intimidation.
He's scaring me again.
And
Just
then he
ignore him.
sighs.
He's gonna fly over to Eyes. I heard you smashed through a lot of walls. Eyes, are you still in lupus form?
Yes, eyes is still in lupus form.
He's gonna land on your the scruff of your neck. It's like I heard you smashed through a lot of walls.
I would like to spend a point of willpower and make a difficult roll, so that I can partially transform.
Yeah. So you are. It is a willpower roll, if I remember rightly.
I believe I spend a point of willpower, and it's dexterity plus primal urge.
Actually, no, yeah, for a partial transformation, yes. But it is. But the base for any partial transformation, if you don't have the merit, is 9.
Exactly. Yeah, I'll spend a point of willpower and try and make it happen.
Okay, go ahead.
Wow. I'm going to spend a point of willpower on top of that if I can.
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
I encourage you to use as much willpower as you want.
All right. So I went from 0 to 1 success.
Yeah, so it's a bit rough, and it feels like gravel is in your throat as you're doing what I'm presuming that you're doing?
Maybe. I am not shifting just my vocal cords. I am shifting so that my entire Hamid form head, with the sunglasses and all, and the dangling ponytail, is hanging off of this lupus form, so that I can more effectively communicate.
Okay, I just gotta ask for the pack's reaction to this as you all see Eyes do this with the bird still on him.
Charlie is trotting along and he kind of sort of glances back, then he double takes a, what the actual fuck?
You're not getting ready to eat the bird, are you?
No, I would stick with the lupus head if I was doing that. It's just easier to talk this way.
That's gonna haunt my sleep.
It's
That's so disturbing.
you can do it too if you tried hard enough.
I would not transform just my head into my head while I'm in this form. That it's just impractical for the flight, but also distressing for everybody around.
Kind of like an Egyptian god had a nightmare.
Yeah, you smashed through a lot of walls.
Yes, I do. You see, the being able to determine where the worm agents are, thanks to Twice There, it's much easier for me to just reach through things. That way they don't expect it, and I turn them into a paste when I try and pull them back.
Wait, when you say you reached through, is it do you have a magic thing that you do to do that, or do you just kind of and he kind of taps your head with a wing, and he goes like that, where you just kind of just punch.
It is a punch. Some would call it magical, if I may toot my own horn, but it's just a punch. Usually 2. One with one arm, one with the other, and then you grab what you can, and then you pull.
And it turns them into a paste when you pull them out?
Well, if you pull hard enough, if the wall doesn't break, eventually they do.
Well, how does the pace thing happen then? That doesn't make sense. I mean, surely you'd just be like ripping off their arms or like something else.
They get squished against the bricks, is what
It's a speed thing.
Oh.
So if you push them forward, give a little bit of room, maybe an inch or two, and then you pull as hard and as fast as you can emulate as if someone was falling from a great height. And then what doesn't shatter inside also may turn to mush.
Maybe I need to tell some of the Wendigo and Octena about that. Might be good for when they're on the hunt.
Yes, I found the most beneficial part of this, and this is very important, is that you don't have to look at the leech to accomplish the feat. You don't have to worry about meeting its gaze and being concerned with the corruption. You just reach, grab, and pull.
Wait, you guys could be corrupted?
Well, they can try and make you do things. They can encourage you to hit your friends or take a bite out of the wrong person.
He means mind control, not so much corruption,
yes.
in the worm sense.
Is it because you guys are allergic to silver?
No, it's because leeches can just do that.
Oh, I haven't met a leech that's done that. A lot of the time they just get weirded out and feel kind of sick after meeting or trying to do something to me. I've heard that. Well, I mean, you guys are allergic to silver, like in the way that I am into gold, and you know, gold is kind of like related to the sun. I mean, the sun's golden, right? Or you even have golden hour, which is caused by the sun. So I wonder if it's like the gold thing is connected to the sun, which is why they might have a little bit more of a difficult time doing that to me. You guys think? What do you guys think?
I got lost after golden. You said something about gold?
Oh yeah, I'm allergic to it in the same way that you guys are to silver.
Whoa.
I mean, I know it's like related to Helios, and you guys, and like the silver is related to Luna, but like, you know, there isn't always that significance. But I mean, I wonder if that's, you know, I mean, you know, in the folklore of vampires, I mean, mind you, I've only ever met one at night, and it was just kind of a mistake. But it did try to do something to me, and it didn't work. They seemed to like sick. I wonder if it's because I'm related to Helios in a way.
Maybe.
Could be.
Once again, Eyes is lost, and this time his face is just that clear, evident, just...
Blazed over, 1,000-yard stare.
Yes, even through the shades.
Oh, am I talking? Oh, I'm talking too much again.
It's okay, I've gotten in trouble for the same. I just now understand what I put others through. You are allowed to be yourself. You are encouraged to talk if you are a talker, but understand that some of us are not.
Oh, right. Is that why you yelled at me earlier? As he, the head turns over to Charlie.
His silence is acknowledgement and acceptance. Yes, that is why.
Charlie, who's still in lupus form, does not turn to acknowledge the Korax who's just humble bragged about being largely immune to vampiric influence. No.
He yelled because you wouldn't stop talking and you kept interrupting him.
Oh yeah, that would be annoying. I'm sorry.
And that's surprising because he's the talker.
Would it be better for you guys if I were to just shut up for the duration of the travel?
No, but maybe pace yourself a little bit. We're going to run out of stuff to talk about at the rate you're going.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Do you know any stories?
What kind of story?
One that's slower. One that's got to do with woods and maybe bears.
Well, there was this girl who was traveling through the woods once. I think she was looking for some berries or just wandered off from a village. And she came across this house.
Truly, a house in the woods.
Yeah. It was abandoned for the most part. There didn't seem to be anybody in it, especially when she knocked at the door.
Charlie says over Face Bear, I swear to Gaia, if he starts telling the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears, I'm going to bite him.
Eyes grins widely and encourages him to continue.
What if it's the origin story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears?
Okay, sorry, I need to compose myself. Yeah, she let herself in, and there were herbs all over the place, and chalk and powder, and mushrooms. And at the table, there was 3 bowls filled with soup. And one of the soups that she tried gave her the ability to sense the temperature around her. She could tell that it was a little bit more frigid than it was outside. It just didn't really make sense at all. And then the next soup that she tried was too hot. And her body adapted to the frigidness, and she even left scorch marks on the bowl that she had touched. On the third bowl, she drank and it was just right. She gained senses into stuff like our world, into the night, into things that aren't normal. She then went upstairs in the house and laid down. Fell asleep.
On the first bed she saw?
It was the only bed.
Wow.
She fell asleep and dreamed of a place with flowers that was ever changing. She dreamed that she was next to this hedge, big hedge, about 10 feet tall. She tried climbing it, and it seemed to grow even more with each hand that she pulled herself up with. And she looked around, and the place was surrounded in winter. She didn't understand, and it frightened her. And she woke up. And when she woke up, the house had become decrepit and broken down. She left. She couldn't sense what she had sensed before. She didn't feel warm, and she lost what connected her to another world. Is that a good story? Did you like it?
Oh, yes. Sort of.
Oh, should I change it? What do you think I should change?
No, I was just curious if the woman in the story had a name.
Lily? I think Lily is a good name.
It is a good name. Yeah, good story, thank you. It felt derivative.
Derivative?
Reminiscent. Perhaps more reminiscent.
Holy shit, how much time have you spent reading the dictionary?
Look, it gets boring on the Winnebago, and sometimes I just think about
I'm just
one
impressed
word
you know
for
the word
meaning.
derivative.
We were walking for 3 days. I had time to think about things.
You didn't even stutter trying to sound it out. I'm kind of proud.
Right?
You know, I've been studying. I've been trying to do that.
Don't tease him.
I'm not
It's okay.
teasing him. I'm genuinely fucking proud.
Look, I understand that breaking out of my comfort zone also means that it's different and there's a change, which me changing affects you. So I get that it is worthy of comment and concern.
Not concerned. Proud.
I like that. If I say more big words, will you be more proud?
I mean, not if I know that you're doing it just to try and impress me. But you did that really naturally, and you used it correctly in context, and didn't stutter. That's color me impressed.
Next, I will tackle the thesaurus.
Oh no.
This is all over face bear, correct?
No,
No.
Iz's head is moving about as he talks.
Okay. What was my story derivative of? You never answered.
Oh, sorry. The humans have a story called Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It is about a girl in the woods who encounters a home with 3 bowls of soup, but then there are 3 beds, and then there are 3 bears.
There's
and
also
she is,
I thought it was porridge.
yeah, that's what's in the bowls.
And they had
Oh,
chairs.
There
would
was
hatch.
also hints of, is it Rip Van Winkle that goes to sleep for forever and then wakes up and everything is like old?
Oh, I thought that was started by, I saw it again. We watched it 3 weeks ago, I think. It was the third Evil Dead.
No, Rip
Ash.
Van Winkle is the guy who goes to sleep and sleeps for like 100 years or whatever.
No, it was Ash with the one arm who gets like a metal arm. He drinks too many drops of the potion and he
Eyes.
wakes up. Yes.
We're talking about two very different things here, guy.
Oh, well, it sounds the same. Same general idea, right? Go
Sure.
to sleep.
Pretty
sleep
sure
too
Rip Van
long.
Winkle came first, though.
I don't know a Rip or a Van. I know a Rip, but not a Van Winkle.
It's a fairy tale.
Will you tell me?
No, not right now.
All right.
I'll tell you when we stop for the night.
Okay. I will listen and learn.
Thank you for listening to Under a Blood Red Moon. If you enjoy this story, please make sure to subscribe and review wherever you're listening to our podcast. You can find more of our actual plays on our website at www.hollowedhavenstudios.com. Please consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/hollowedhavenstudios. Your support helps make more stories like this possible.
Our pack is still in the Umbra. It's drawing close to nighttime, or what would roughly be nighttime in the physical world. It does seem that.
Oh, no, sorry, go ahead. Go and finish.
I was gonna say it does seem that the loons of the Umbra, the Umbrood tied to Luna directly, are coming out more and starting to investigate JB a little bit, and seem to be protecting you all.
Charlie will say over Face Bear, we're going to need to leave the Umbra, probably to sleep and to find some food and water.
I can do that.
You can't spend 3 days not eating or drinking things.
No, I was saying I can do that. I can.
Yep.
I can drop out and hunt.
I think we're all going to have to.
So Charlie, you said this was over Face Bear, right?
Yep.
All right.
We'll turn around and ask the bear, how you feeling, big guy?
I'm all right. I could probably keep going.
Okay. You want to stop for a nap? Maybe a bite to eat?
Oh, a nap sounds nice.
Okay.
Louis gonna look at you, like, oh, something going on?
Yeah, we're gonna drop back into real space and get food, water, rest.
Real space. That's a funny way to call it. I like that. I think I'm gonna start calling it real space now. Yeah, cool. I'll wait for you guys to do that. Just make sure that you guys aren't gonna abandon me, and then both of us will come there with you. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
I
So
guess
do we
we're
need
looking
to-
for a reflective place to step over.
JB, you want to peek around and make sure we're not going to surprise anybody?
Yeah, I will look through the gauntlet to see what's going on the other side. Make sure that we're not in a place where we're gonna pop out on a bunch of like hapless backpackers or something.
Yeah,
So that would be very funny.
The closest place that you find that has a reflective is
Well, I don't want to do that yet. First, we have to look around, make sure that we're not in a place where we're going to catch anybody off guard.
closest place that you find yourself at has a reflective is devoid of civilization and any normal people in it.
Okay. Then I will kind of gesture. This is it. And I can pull everybody through with me.
It's diff 3, so because diff 3 is the minimum that I'm able to in this system. So if you want to roll, go ahead, but you don't have to. Oh, but you did.
It was a shitty roll, but
It's only 10 seconds. The whole pack comes out of the Umbra, and it takes about 5 minutes as you guys are waiting until Louis comes back in Hamid form, and you see the bear with him, and the bear looks surprised yet again. And Charlie, you're like, whoa, oh, am I back?
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. It's easier to get food and water here.
Okay.
Did we pack any snacks, or should I go and find us something to munch on?
Well, that depends. How much did you guys ration yourself on the trip there?
I mean, we're mostly traveling in wolf form, so unless we put a whole bunch of food into the swag of the magpie.
I mean, that's what we said we were doing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You guys did put a whole bunch of food in the swag of the magpie.
Yep, a lot of loose meat.
JB will pull out food for us. I'm not sure that it's going to be appropriate for our bear friend.
Your bear friend is going over to the stream and is kind of like splashing it. Well, not splashing, but it's like kind of like swiping its paw through the
Going for fish then.
Yeah, it's going for fish.
JB will pull out food and start handing it out to everybody.
But that fish is looking good.
Don't take the bear's fish, Eyes.
No, not that one. There's more. There's more fish in the not sea, the river.
Did you just say the not sea?
Yeah, the saying wasn't right for the situation.
Sorry, I just put my head in my hands just for a minute. Yeah, in the not sea, there are some fish. Are you getting fish as well?
I would like to punch the not sea and see if I can find a fish.
Go ahead and punch the not sea, and roll a d10 to see how many fish you are able to get. The number that you roll on the die is not going to be the number of fish you get. I will say that now.
I got 4 on the die.
So, as you're punching, you are able to make contact with a fish and pull out. As the bear has like 2 or 3 in its mouth that you're able to like kind of see it already crunching on. While the rest of the pack is eating normal food for humans. And Louis is kind of like sifting through his own backpack and is pulling out a few granola bars.
I will happily tread over to where everyone else is sitting and bring his fish up to his face and enjoy fresh cod sushi. Or sashimi, I guess, in this case.
Louis, I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but how old are you?
How old do I look? For you guys, he looks like he's in his 20s.
You look old enough. How old are you?
24? How about you guys?
Oh, no.
Most of us are younger than that. The exception of the old man over here. Nodding to Twice.
Twice will just grunt.
You're younger than me? You guys already done so much, though.
We don't talk as much. We do.
In a world that needs a lot of healing, healers get a lot of work.
I suppose that makes sense. I used to fly around a lot. I had to deliver messages, but then the Octana said that spirits had a job for me here. And my mom, I here in quotations, he'll but, here, helping rebuild and take care of and eventually raise. I'm assuming you guys are here to kind of heal the city after the attack from the Nexus crawler.
We're here because Bear.
Charlie, you were saying something?
He's right. Kind of. What happened with that Nexus crawler showed a lot of wounds, not just the ones that that thing inflicted. The werewolves here don't trust each other, and because they don't work together, they don't know anything about the city that they surround, and so they don't know that the people who created that problem are still there. So all they ever do is deal with symptoms rather than curing the disease.
That makes sense. In Alaska with the Wendigo, they like to hunt and defeat the first cause, first symptom, as you put it. And the Octana eventually then direct them to the root of the problem. But those two tribes have been together for a lot longer than, well, some of the other ones that came here after, with colonization, Did you know that there was a third tribe that actually existed here before colonization? JB would be the only one to know of the Croatan.
I don't know that she would say anything.
I hadn't heard of one.
Have you heard of the White Howlers? Everybody who has a cult and academics knows what the White Howlers are and how they fell from grace. And I should say for JB's the only one who knows them very well, just due to Garu lore. But I'm speaking in the coding way of you need to have academics and a cult to know it.
Oddly enough, Eyes has both.
Sadly, I only have one.
I was raised mostly by glasswalkers who talked about glasswalker things.
Oh, the White Howlers are a lost tribe. Somewhat prophesized to come back. If they do come back, it's one of the signs of the apocalypse being here. But they were a tribe that in Europe went down the spiral to combat the worm after it was trapped by the Weaver. And
the word spiral and worm give me an idea of where the story is going.
Well, to make it short, they are the dancers now. But there's always a chance that the totem could reawaken and some of the line might be brought back. But to get back to the point, though, of the third tribe that was here before colonization, the Croatan, they didn't do they didn't go down the spiral. They didn't try to fight the worm. They were lost, and well, they sacrificed themselves trying to hold back a great spirit called the Storm Eater. At least the first time it was bound. They sacrificed themselves, a whole lot of themselves, to take down and bind the Storm Eater. And the Octana helped as well, but not as much. They weren't as strong at the time, apparently. Or at least that's what they say. And then the seal on the Storm Eater was broken in the 1800s. It ravaged the land for a while, and then was rebound again. But all of that was after the Croatans had left. It's somewhat similar to the War of Rage in a way, causing Girl to go into hibernation and hiding, and the Makole.
Storm Eater was a bane.
I think it's
a bane, or it was a bane.
I think it's irrelevant of what it was and wasn't, considering the fact that it ate and absorbed all sorts of spirits. It gained the other spirits' strength, and when it was rebound, some of the spirits didn't unmerge from each other and traveled. And originally, from what I heard, it's what caused a firmling and a wind spirit to, be stuck together and ravage the city a little. But then they were rebound again. Then I guess somebody recently disturbed the seal. The wind spirit was gone, but the firmling was there, and I guess made a deal with Nexus Crawler. Bound themselves together, materialized, and wreaked some havoc. I don't exactly know who disturbed the seal and caused it, but somebody must have.
I have a working theory.
Oh? You do?
The property where the broken seal still lies is owned and being managed by a group that calls themselves the Special Projects Division.
Oh, Pentex. Right.
Yeah. They originally had the idea to build a casino there. Then we came across it. They were looking at making a toy factory.
From addiction to dependency.
And who knows what they're planning to do now, but part of the grand project is if we can get everybody to agree, we're going to get the leeches to give us the dirt on where they may be hiding and root them out.
It's worth a shot. I mean, if it helps save the city.
It doesn't do just to keep attacking symptoms.
Can we see the moon?
Yes, it's gone into its next phase. I think I said it was half moon last time, so it's a quarter moon.
I would like to howl at the moon and get some rage back, please.
Oh,
Is Pack joining in?
Absolutely. That's a good time to do so.
How much rage do we get back for this?
Everyone but I think it's the Philodox is the waxing quarter moon. If I remember rightly, I may be fucking it up.
Philodox is half moon. Galliard is gibbous moon.
Gibbous. So yeah, Galliard, Charlie, is going to be getting his full rage back. Everyone else gets one.
Okay. And I'm gonna pop a tear into my mouth.
All right.
And then before we go to bed, I owe Eyes a story.
Yes.
Okay, but you have to lay back and close your eyes.
Okay, all right. Hold on, let me get comfy. Okay. All right, I'm ready.
And then Charlie will, in fact, tell the story of Rip Van Winkle.
Okay.
If he uses a particularly calming voice that helps Eyes go to sleep, who's to say?
Well, Eyes has nightmares.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So Eyes, I want you to roll. JB, I also want you to roll.
Okay.
I would not be surprised if we all had nightmares after seeing what Eyes did with his head.
There is a special kind of nightmare. JB, I also want you to roll your willpower another time as well.
Twice? Why?
I'm presuming she's put a little bit of mental defenses.
That's fair. At the same difficulty?
Yep.
All right, so that's one success, so no nightmares for me.
Sorry, standard.
Okay. One success on the first one, so no nightmares.
Eyes got 0 successes. He's having nightmares, and he's going to have a rough day.
And 2 on mental defenses.
I think it's still going to happen. It's just going to be a little bit strenuous on their behalf. On
Good.
the bitch's behalf.
The bitch should stay out of my head.
He doesn't want to, though. Eyes.
You're kind of quiet. Could you lean into your microphone, please?
Oh, yes, this is better.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Eyes.
Yes.
In your dreams, after being told the story of Rip Van Winkle, you dream of yourself on a chair beside a throne and a king with a silver crown on top of his head. This guy is the most Aryan-looking person you've ever seen. Blonde hair, blue eyes, tall male. And you resent him. You feel in the core of your being that this guy needs to die.
Well, I mean, I'm never one to turn down the opportunity. Is this guy looking at me or paying any attention to me?
He's delegating right now. As you're watching him talk to people on the floor as he's hearing all the public. You feel that rage inside of you. And from one of the hanging bowls of fire in this hall, this is great grand kingdom hall, Nordic-like. From the entrance of the hall, fires start to turn green. Green. Going from left to right to left to right, coming closer to you. Nobody seeming to notice it yet.
Like that? Don't like that? Eyes is watching, wide-eyed, sinking into his chair, holding the armrest for a second.
As you do so, you slip into it, into the shadows, into darkness. That's all you see around you. As you're pulled back into reality. Well, not reality, but the dream reality. You see the green fire is coming closer. You're hearing the whispers in your head. Kill him, poison him, rip it out. Take out that tongue. Too many witnesses around. Bring him into a private place. Tear him apart. You stand up. You tap him on the shoulder. He nods at you and follows you. And as you guys go off into a side hall where there's nobody there, the fire is just outside of that doorway that you walked through. You hear it, you feel it burning inside you. You lunge at him, and he immediately turns into Krynos as you feel stuck in Hamid. And he bats you aside and to the wall, saying, "You will never be better than us. We are your rightful ruler. You Shadow Lords are nothing." And he continues to beat on you, beat you into a bloody pulp until you wake, sweating bullets.
I need to go and punch something.
You go out and go punch something.
Going to go and try and work off the rage. Try and find something to sink my claws into. Punch, do anything, and find some sort of peace, but that's going to be sticking with me for quite some time.
Okay. JB,
Yes.
you're having a relatively normal dream for once. You're not being interrupted. You don't feel the tightness in your chest. You don't feel like the spirits are watching you.
Mm-hmm.
And this is somewhat lucid for you again. You know it's a dream. You know you're in control. You feel somebody poking and pulling and prying their way in. You hear a voice around you kind of like, "Miss Blossom, let me in. We need to talk."
What would I have to spend to close her out? Rage? Gnosis?
Why don't you spend a
Willpower?
rage and a gnosis?
Done. If I can say anything to her, I'll get fuck off and then close the connection.
Okay.
And JB will kind of grumble in her sleep and roll over and tuck herself against Charlie's side while she's sleeping.
Aw. All right. The rest of the night is generally uneventful. Eyes, you have a very difficult time going back to sleep. You're still kind of going off adrenaline of just punching and destroying things after waking up from the nightmare.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say Eyes isn't falling back asleep, but he will try to. He just lays there. After a while of Eyes being closed, not working, he's going to stare up at the sky and try and find peace in the stars and still just be even more angry later.
Okay. Rest of the pack awakes, as does Louis, the bear. And Louis stretches out, and you can see him like shake his head as if he's trying, and body as if he's trying to ruffle out some feathers. Good morning, everyone.
Over
It's not-
face bear while JB is trying to like become a little bit more coherent. Everybody will hear that bitch tried to get back into my head again. I told her to fuck off and forced her out, but
Okay.
How do we get back into her head? How do we return the favor?
I don't want to be in her head. I just want her to stay out of mine.
Okay.
We'll look her up when we get to the after we drop off our bear buddy.
I mean, we're going through her cairn if we take the fucking bridge, so unless you want to go into the heart of the Great Cairn,
No.
I didn't think so.
What are you guys thinking about?
About
How
rolling
bad?
over and going back to sleep.
Generally thinking about how bad this is going to go. Eyes, you okay?
No.
Have a rough night, bud.
Yeah.
Do you want me to handle getting you across?
I would appreciate it. I'm not going to be at my best today.
I got you.
Hey,
Yeah.
you at 75%, I'll take over any werewolf we've met in this city.
Good. You're stuck with me.
Do you want to go punch a tree for a little bit? So you feel a little bit better?
I did that last night and couldn't fall back asleep afterwards. So,
Yeah, twice. As you say that, you kind of like look around. There is evidence that it already happened as Eyes is talking.
Eyes didn't even do a very good job of cleaning off his hands. He's still got tree sap and splinters stuck to him. Probably evidence of blood having kind of broken his skin on a couple of trees, but healed up over the night.
Well, let's at least get your hands washed off.
Yeah.
Everybody eat something, drink something, and then we'll get on the road.
Good.
Maybe we'll hand out food again.
Eyes will eat the food.
Likewise.
JB's breakfast is a bag of beef jerky.
Thinking of Ty?
Yep.
Aw.
Those who know her well can tell that she looks a little bit melancholy as she eats it.
I miss her too.
Yeah.
It's alright. She's got a different calling. I'm sure she's fine.
Knowing her, she's causing trouble for somebody, so...
Best way for her to be.
Alright. Enough of this touchy-feely bullshit. Let's go.
Yeah.
JP
All right, let's
stands
go.
up.
Twice will just be like, do you want to punch a tree for a second, JB?
Nah, it's not satisfying enough. Plus, the trees have spirits and they'll complain to me later, so...
That's fair.
Oh man, that means I'm gonna get punched later. Yeah.
You might.
Charlie gives JB a wink and steps sideways.
JB will also step sideways and she will take whoever wants her to take them with her.
Please and thank you.
Difficulty 3 again?
4.
Okay. Takes about 10 seconds because I can't seem to stop rolling once.
Charlie's instant. Twice is...
Grabbing my dice pool real quick.
also instant.
By the time they get over to the other side, everybody just hears JP going, God damn, Eyes. When did you get so heavy?
It's the nightmares, they drag me down.
I'm sorry, buddy.
And then you see Louie and the bear come through. Oh, God, you're heavy. I like you. You're so fuzzy.
Why don't you tell me that? Eyes looks at JB.
Well- oh,
Because you're
Oh,
not
sorry, you're
fuzzy
asking
right
her.
now, guy.
Okay.
I will spend Gnosis again for my tether.
all right. So you guys make your way through the Umbra towards the Valkyrie cairn. Louis turns into a bird, and he'll kind of like nudge and encourage everybody to transform into their animal forms for faster travel.
Who will?
Yeah. Eyes will do the same. Actually, Eyes hasn't. yeah, never mind.
Do I have to do that given my spirit heritage?
No, yours would be very strange anyhow if you were to do something like that.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't feel like I should need to do that considering I've got 5 dots of spirit heritage.
Over Face Bear, because it's my responsibility not as the pack alpha but as the Galliard. I'm going to tell my pack the story of my Uncle Tommy and how he tried to manage 3 girlfriends and how it didn't go well for him. It's a hilarious story, and it's mostly to keep everybody to lift spirits and keep everybody moving.
Yeah, and it works. I mean, the travel throughout the day is uneventful. Everyone, you're telling stories, and so is Louis. He tells a story of the pack in Alaska taking down a oil pipeline that was going to run through one of the native reservations. and how they put a stop to it, and how it was like this big epic fight. And he even adds the embellishment of they even had explosions and didn't even look at them. They were so cool. And the day kind of comes to a close. Again, it's been relatively uneventful, as you guys feel and can kind of see where the gauntlet gets thinner, closer to like the Valkyrie's cairn. You could push for about another 8 hours to go there, but you would be utterly exhausted, especially eyes.
Nah, we're not gonna do that.
It's all right. I can handle it.
We're gonna step out and we're gonna get some sleep, big guy.
I have no doubt you can handle it. I, however, am small and frail and need my beauty rest. Look at me.
He's practically falling apart.
Yeah, you talked me into it. All right, fine.
Louis will lightly peck at Charlie. See, it's just it's so weak.
Don't do that.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to join in on the joke today. Joining it, shouldn't I have not joined in on the joke?
It seems not. Sorry. Eyes gives a half-hearted shrug.
Oh no, it's fine.
I will step us over. What's our gauntlet rating?
As you guys are getting a bit closer to civilization, but you're also near cairn, I think in total it is actually 3 this time.
There we go. There's the JB we all know and love. 6 successes.
Yeah. Anyone who wants to latch on to that and not roll, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree with that.
Louis is the only one who can't because he's not bound by the same totem as you guys. So he takes about 10 seconds after you guys instantly cross over. He comes out, and again, he does the whole ruffles feathers thing. Like, it feels weird not having feathers. I mean, it's not like I was born into having feathers, but it also feels weird not having feathers. Do you guys feel that way about having the fur?
Only when it gets cold.
Cold now? We're in Canada. It's cold. It's always cold. I mean, it's not as cold as Alaska. I'm doing it again, aren't I?
If you just keep moving, it's not as cold.
Until you fall down. Let's eat.
Well, then you get up and keep moving.
JB will hand out food while people are talking.
Thank you.
And if nothing's gonna happen before bed, I have a thing I want to do.
Go ahead.
JB is gonna take Ai's bedtime story shift this time. And she's going to tell Ai's the story of the 12 dancing princesses.
Eyes listens enwrapped.
So does Louis as well.
She is not as good of a storyteller as Charlie. Not even close, but she does her best.
Do you want me to make you roll?
I mean, we can.
Div 5, go ahead and roll your charisma and performance.
Does it have to be performance? I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't have anything in expression either now that I'm looking at it. This is going to be great.
So I guess for a total of Div 6.
You know what? I want this to work, so I'm spending willpower.
I want to see it work.
Wow. 4 successes? 3 dice, 4 successes. Let's do this, JB.
I was not gonna lie, I was kind of banking on you not to succeed as well as you did.
Same.
Because I was gonna ask, I was about to have you say, I want you to tell the story the way JB would, but now I can't really back that up.
I mean, the thing is I think JB starts out kind of awkward for the first minute or two, and then she sort of settles into it, and it comes unusually naturally. No, I don't think any of you have ever heard JB talk this much in one go. And she kind of, about halfway through gets a kind of distant look at her eyes, like she's not really paying attention to you guys all that much, but is still telling the story. Like she's genuinely trying to tell a kid a bedtime story.
She found the pocket. She's in it. She's in the zone.
Can
Happily.
you roll me your gnosis?
Me?
Yes.
Sure.
This isn't bad.
What's the difficulty?
7.
Is this something that would be worthwhile me spending stuff on?
No.
Okay, then 0 successes. I failed because the ones hate me. I can't have nice things.
There's a slight feeling of, if ever so slightest feeling of energy. You almost want to pick up on it, but it's not worth it. Maybe, I don't know. You're telling the story too well. You feel it. You feel it in yourself. Like, this is probably the best you're ever going to do for any form of public speaking in any space.
Now I really want to re-roll those 2 ones.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I swear.
When she finishes, Charlie looks at her and goes, "That was really well done."
Yeah, whatever. I'm going to bed. She'll
Learn to
kind of.
take,
She'll
learn to take a
pat.
fucking compliment.
she does not say a word. She'll pat Eyes on the shoulder. Sleep well.
Thanks, JB. I think it was better than Charlie's. And then he'll wiggle into his blanket, close his eyes, and try and drift off.
Hey, Charlie, you definitely hear that. Just putting it out there, Charlie.
Yeah.
You definitely heard that.
JB will go to her little area to sleep and will curl up like she didn't hear didn't hear shit.
Yeah,
Or-
whatever.
Can I prompt a roll from the other players if they want to make it?
Ooh.
Yeah, sure. I see no reason not to.
If anybody is watching JB particularly closely as the story wraps up and she heads to sleep, and would like to get a read on her, I would welcome empathy rolls.
Ooh.
Perception and empathy. And because it's JB, I do want it diff 7. Because JB, when she wants to be, which is most of the time, is a stone cold bitch.
Hey, that's what we like seeing.
Eyes got 0. Eyes is an EP boy.
Eyes is EP.
3 successes.
Go figure. It's Charlie that rolls well. He's twice rolling.
I think he's just gonna. Actually, yeah. What am I rolling again?
Perception.
Perception,
Not twice,
empathy,
perception.
diff 7.
Got it. 2 successes.
JB, there's a couple of there's a couple of seconds when she wraps up the story where she almost looks like she might cry, and then she kind of blinks it away, but like when she gets up to go to lay down is distinctly not looking at anybody and kind of has her head down and is letting like her hair fall in her eyes.
Charlie will just lie down near her, just be present.
Louis is not going to engage. Twice. You doing anything with the information?
No, I don't. I think he's gonna. For now.
All right. For the rest of the night, it's uneventful. Our nightmares people need to make their nightmares rolls.
Here we go.
Oh, 1. Barely passed.
Scarily.
2.
There we go. Yeah, y'all have relatively normal dreams. JB, the presence
Yeah.
tries to break in again, but it's not
I'll roll if you
they're
want me
not.
to
No,
roll.
no. We're gonna go off your old one. It's all right.
Okay.
I don't mind. You can see that she is. You feel that she's trying to come in, trying to talk, but is unable to. Feeling, you feel like you've strengthened up your mind even more, even subconsciously, to avoid people poking in. You awake the next morning, and everybody's here.
That
Okay.
story was definitely better. Oh,
Feel better?
much.
Any more shit you want to stir, Eyes, or are you done?
Yeah, I think I can come up with a few more, but it looks like you're already upset, so I did my job for the day. As he stretches and grins over at Charlie.
Keep it up.
JB will hand out breakfast again.
I'll make you famous.
We really need to get to the cairn soon. I'm running out of food. Gotta stock back up it when we get to Winnie.
We can do a little hunting on the way.
We don't have anywhere to prep the stuff that you kill? Or time?
Yeah, it would definitely take time to get it all prepared.
All right.
I promise, though, the first time we get a few days where we could just sit still, you can do all the hunting you want, bud.
I'll need to if we're sitting still.
No sitting still today. Let's go.
Good. Let's go.
All right. You all get moving. And again, it's still uneventful as you feel the spiritual energy and spiritual protection of the cairn wash over you. The closer you get, and you do arrive and you see Winnie.
It's a pity we have to leave her. All right. Do you want me to go ahead and talk to the Sep?
Yeah, you might as well. It's gonna be hard enough walking in with a bear. And Louis, do these wolves know you at all?
Oh yeah, they do. I've carried some messages from them before.
Oh, okay.
I think they treat me a little bit better than they treat males of your shape-changing people.
JB will head off towards the Sep.
All right. As you do, they kind of like walk up and nod at you and go like nod at you and kind of begin walking off again unless you plan on stopping them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try and. No. If they're just gonna let me in, then I'll just go in and I'm gonna look for one of the elders, one of the ones who's in charge. Guards aren't gonna do me any good.
You find the elder who led the ritual for you to contact Juno first.
Okay.
Dearie, so good to see you again. We thought you were lost in the commotion of the city. And then I remembered that you went up north.
Yeah, and we found a bear, which is what we went looking for. Thing is, kind of need to get the bear onto the island. And rather than trying to find a way to do that with the whole ferry or walking across the Umbra and all of that nonsense, I was kind of hoping maybe you guys, you
need a path stone, don't you?
Yeah, I can open the bridge. I just need a place to do it from, and I wanted to ask permission.
You have our permission. You are welcome to do it.
Thank you. You should know we have a Corvid with us.
I think
says you guys know him.
Oh, Louis. Yes. He helped us contact a little bit with some of the folks up further up north and to the west. Or I guess east, if you want to be a little bit more confusing about it.
Okay. So it'll be us and him and the bear. And I don't mind being the one to open the bridge.
It shouldn't be any issue. Where exactly are you guys going?
There's a smaller cairn over on the island we were planning to go to. We know it's got a pathstone.
You see her face drop. That place.
Yeah, I'm not super thrilled about it either, but it's easier than trying to explain to the elders at the Great Cairn. At least there's a chance she won't be there with this one.
Let us help you a little bit and distract her. She's gotten a little bit too big for her britches lately.
Yeah, I've noticed. She likes trying to poke herself into my head lately while I'm sleeping.
She's tried to poke her nose in my business as well.
Well, I would be happy to see you swat her nose with a rolled up newspaper.
Oh, if only you were here last night, I would have tried to bring you in so you could watch.
That sounds like a story I'm gonna need to hear at some point.
Why don't you all stay here, at least for today? Don't worry, we'll help take care of the bear. And we'll send Louis out to deal with her and distract her. Get her away from that place. Does that sound good?
That sounds great. I'll
Do
go
you
get
have
my
any
pack.
ideas of how what might be a good way to depose her of her position? Or would you be willing to look into that? We're at peace, so there's no laws against it.
I don't know. My Fangbanger's a lot more clever about that kind of thing than I am. He might be able to help me come up with some ideas.
Food for thought, dearie. Food for thought.
I mean, my go-to is usually just to show somebody up, but that only seems to piss more people off than help me, so...
It pisses them off because they see the truth that you are better.
I'm gonna go get my pack before they get restless.
Bring them in. Do you think Eyes would be willing to help with the farm work again?
I think if I tell him that it needs to be done, he is likely to say yes, especially if somebody asks nicely.
No. You don't need to ask him to do it. We'll ask. I was more asking for your opinion.
I think if you ask nicely, he would be happy to help.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course. And JB will set off to go get the pack.
All right. As you do, you see Louis kind of, again, still petting and taking care of the taking care of the bears, kind of keeping it calm as the bear looks like it might have like put its like paw on a thorn or something, and he's just going like, it's fine, you'll be fine, it's okay, and I'm not gonna touch it, I swear, just here, let's not put weight on it, it's okay.
Do you need me to deal with that?
Charlie will be helping Louis with this.
Oh no. It's just something minor. It's like I
don't know. You don't have paws. Getting a thorn stuck in one really hurts like a bitch.
Yeah, but I can't. He doesn't. I'm assuming doesn't want me to turn into a bird and kind of like peck it, like pull it off my beak.
I will look over at Charlie. Do you think you can get him to stay still long enough for me to remove it?
I think I got it. Hang on.
Okay.
I'm going to shift it. No, I'm going to want you to pull it out. I'm going to shift to globoroform. Go. Okay, buddy. Here's what we're going to do. She's going to get the pain out of your paw. If it hurts a lot, you can bite me.
Oh, hurts.
I know. You're going to be mad. So you look at me, and then over face bear. Get it.
JB will do the thing. This is like a medicine roll, animal Ken. What are we doing?
No, I'm just gonna say that you're just able to kind of like pull it out very quickly, and you kind of like scale back just in case,
I will not only pull it out very quickly, but I will immediately use Mother's Touch. That way it soothes any pain that's caused by how fast I move.
Yeah, soothed and healed. It was just such a minor bit, but yeah, the bear looks a lot more relieved and happier.
Okay, there we go.
All right, they said we could come in. They'll help take care of the bear, and we need to come up with well, we don't have to, but she pitched the idea that maybe we come up with a plan to depose the bitch that keeps trying to poke her head into everybody's business.
What office does she hold?
I don't know. We'd have to ask. I didn't think to ask that, and I don't remember if she told us when we talked to her because I was too busy being angry at the fact that we had to talk to her at all. But yeah, they said that they're happy to help us.
Okay, great.
And that they might enlist you, and she'll look at Louis, to distract the bitch so that she's not at the cairn, at her little cairn, when we cross over. That way we can go through and leave before she realizes that we're there.
Is there anything I can do to help the distraction?
Well, I mean, I think we're going to need you with us, bud.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to be here for a bit?
Yeah, for a little while.
Charlie
Said that we do it later this evening.
Charlie smiles a little bit, goes, cool.
What's that look for?
Someone doesn't like my stories. Someone needs a reminder of what stories can do.
Oh, boy. I wasn't trying to show anybody up.
Not you. Not you. You're fine. You did amazing.
Eyes raises his brows over the edges of his sunglasses. What do you have planned?
Well, you don't care. You don't care for my story, so I wouldn't worry about it. Lies in the fart.
I didn't say I don't care for them. I just said her story was told better than yours, and then I woke up and then I didn't have nightmares.
Uh-huh.
Also, did you just call him Lies in the Fart?
Yep. And I won't be the last.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
He's visibly conflicted, smiling and upset. No.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, since I'm not a spiritual guy, I will spend the day telling hilarious stories about a big dumb werewolf called Lies in the Fart.
Amazing.
You know what? Fuck it, book. You need to produce a small story about it live now.
Monologue token, go.
I just default to old jokes I have known. Once upon a time, Lies in the Fart was running with his pack. He was running alongside a bold Geta Fenris and a strong Bonar, but they were fleeing from mortal police. The Bonar, who had been chased by police before, had a brilliant idea and climbed up a tree. And the policemen got to the tree. They shined their flashlights up, but they couldn't really see really well. And so the Bonar went, meow, meow. And they went, oh, it's just a cat. Let's go catch those criminals. They took off again. The Geta Fenris saw what the Bonar had done and had the same idea. He climbed up a tree. But he's a bigger guy. So they get up there and they shine the lights and they see this bigger shadow and he goes, they go, oh, that's a bear. Let's leave that alone and let's go catch those 3 criminals. They go running along and Lies in the Fart sees what they're doing and has a brilliant idea. And he climbs up the tree and they shine their flashlights up there and Lies in the Fart goes, Mrr.
In the distance, Eyes busts out laughing.
See? Things like that.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. That's amazing. And I'm sure you're making sure to tell them within the vicinity of Eyes
Oh,
to
100%.
sure
And
that.
my descriptions of Eyes are very specific.
And like almost on the edge of copyright infringement of what Eyes would actually be.
Indeed.
Like, just barely. Yeah, perfect.
Eyes is both laughing and looks a little proud, no longer upset or even hurt. He is grinning from ear to ear as he enjoys listening to the storyteller tell stories. And you're doing good, Charlie. Keep it up. You might get better.
Oh, I'd make you famous.
You're doing great. It's pretty clear Eyes is not great at hiding his pride in Charlie at the moment.
Yeah. Weiss, what would you like to be doing?
Well, after story time, he would probably, if he sees them needing help with work or anything like that needing to be done, he'd be helping out around the set.
Okay.
Gonna have to put him to work in the fields.
Yeah, either that or he could be doing repairs if they have anything that has like leaks or holes or anything like that.
What would you prefer to do, Mr. Philodox? Would you prefer to be fixing things, or would you like to work in the fields? Because you can go fix things in the barn, or you can work in the fields.
Fixing things would be his go-to if he has a choice.
Okay, you can go fix things. Roll dexterity crafts.
Okey-doke. What difficulty?
Standard.
1 success.
You're doing an all right job. There's a kind of get wrapped up in like a singular project to fix like part of where the like hayloft is. You kind of get wrapped up in that like one project only, and you somewhat neglect some of the other stuff that like needs to be fixed or can be improved in this barn. Eyes, again, you are asked to be put to work in the fields. But they're giving you a bit more of a choice this time because you could just wander about and not do anything, which would be frowned upon, is what they say. We would frown upon you, but you don't have to work in the fields.
Do you have other things that need to be done?
And you cook?
No.
And you clean?
Yes.
As you say that, the person who's asking is going to kind of like look to Charlie, who's nearby, telling that story. And Charlie is probably telling a story about how Liza the Fart is probably like a very messy person. How about why don't you just watch the brew and make sure that it doesn't spill over? It's a very important thing, I swear. It's very important. We actually have to have someone watch it at all times.
It's okay. I will work in the field. I will do what needs to be done so that you can continue to have food, because you have been kind to me and welcoming, as the rest of you have been. I am happy to return the favor.
You are welcome to take and eat some of it yourself if you need to.
Thank you. I don't eat dirt, but I appreciate it.
It's not dirt. There's actual food there. You just got to take out the potatoes and the carrots. It's mainly root vegetables, but they're still quite good.
Oh, if it's just harvesting, I might steal a bite here or there. I promise I won't leave it in the basket. I'll enjoy it. Thank you.
All right. And JB, they're going to ask if you would be comfortable basically just helping them appease the spirits around, leaving gifts in the material world for the spirits to enjoy in the Umbra.
Happily. JB has always been more comfy with the spirits anyway. So she does want to hear the story about how the elder swatted the bitch's nose at some point.
Yeah, you're not working directly with her, but you're helping somebody else kind of do part of what Master of the Rites' job would be, which is kind of to appease the spirits and lead the rites.
Mm-hmm.
So it's safe to say that you're at least getting in good favor with her as you're doing this.
Good. JB is doing incremental amounts of change to her bad reputation with a select few werewolves.
Very, very select few. But yeah, night comes and it looks like they're getting ready for a feast, and none of you know where Louis is, but the bear has been kind of the talk of the sept for all of the women. Are you guys are the ones that came with the bear, right?
Yes.
And what are you doing it for? It's kind of strange that you're just
Our totem.
Oh, your guys' totem is a
Bear.
bear. Bear. Okay.
Actually,
So,
we actually have something to ask you that has to do with this.
oh,
There's a woman who was asleep for a long time. She's a girl. We are doing this as part of the rite so that she can become a mother. So I have a woman and a future mother who needs your help. Because she lives on Vancouver Island and the Great Cairn, I don't think knows that she's there. But they're gonna find out.
and you want to keep her hidden.
I want to keep her safe.
They're not mutually exclusive terms.
Sure. I wouldn't presume to tell you how best to do that. But we would appreciate your help.
It's not like you're gendered to know how to safely take care of a woman for the most part. If history is to prove anything, especially of current times. But
Some of us are capable of capable of learning enough to ask for help.
which is a good start. Perhaps with change in the future in society, there will be more that is a better start than just asking. But it's appreciated. Sorry, I'm still working on my manners with others. What is the specific favor you are asking in particular? Are you wanting us to house this woman, or?
I am asking for your help. I'm asking for your help to keep her safe. How you do that, I leave up to you. Though we are apparently going to establish a moon bridge to a place that isn't immediately within the Great Cairn's line of sight, so that might help.
Louie's already going to be distracting her tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be the best opportunity for you all to go there and get out as quick as possible. You just need to make sure you disrupt the path stone that would lead back to us.
Easily enough done.
Indeed. The hard part is covering up your tracks, because the person that you're going to be hiding from is very observant and appears to know things that she shouldn't be able to know.
I presume she's going to be able to find us. Would one of you be willing to come and meet with our intended?
Are you sure that the woman that you're bringing the bear to wants to see us?
No, I'm not sure of that at all. But I'm sure she doesn't have much in the way of other allies. And I'd rather her meet someone whose intention is to help her first before she runs into someone who doesn't know her at all.
If I were to give you a map of Vancouver Island, would you be able to give as an exact location as you feel comfortable to where she is?
Once I discuss it with her, yeah.
I think that's a better situation than having you bring one of us there. It is more likely to upset her. Imagine if a friend of yours had brought a complete stranger into your own home and asked you to trust them.
And we're not exactly friends.
Correct. So, for the interest of the woman, talk with her first, then come back to us. Perhaps have Louis tell us where to go.
Well, we have to come back anyway. Our Winnebago's still here.
That is fair. Let's enjoy our food, and then tomorrow you have quite important things to do. And hopefully with enough time and speed, you'll be able to take advantage of the moon bridge and come back swiftly.
Hopefully. Do you know what rank she has, by the way?
The one that you called the bitch.
Yes.
4.
Okay.
There was talk about challenging her. Does she have a title?
Sorry, that's what I meant.
Ah, yes. She is the master of the right, caller of the wild, and keeper of the land. Do you need descriptions of what these are?
No, I know. Thank you. I'll put thought into it.
Does seem to be a good interest for everyone. At least for everyone here, if the bitch were to not be in the picture anymore.
Agreed.
Just think on it. Enjoy your food. We'll leave you all to eat in peace. And with that, I think we're going to end for tonight. Thank you for listening to Under a Blood Red Moon, a Werewolf the Apocalypse actual play by Hallowed Haven Studios. Storytelling for this actual play is provided by Virons. Junkyard Bitch is played by Bloody Porcelain, Fangbanger by Bookkeeper, Eyes in the Dark by Gavin Cash, Twice Lived by Aeronoth. Our intro music is Astral Body by Ace. Our art is by Altior, or DEOBU0400. Editing is by Termite.